And welcome back to Music Free Gaming. I hope you're having a fabulous day. It is a day. It is Tuesday. Tuesday, definitely. Definitely Tuesday. Yes. Those are words. I think I'm fairly confident in the Tuesday of it all. I don't know about the rest of you, but at least I am partially convinced that it's Tuesday. Maybe it's fake news. Maybe it's something that says, no, it's not Tuesday. But yes, I'm fairly certain today is a day full of twos. So let's do two things today. Let's get into Minecraft and we'll do two things. Today, we will terraform and we will put details on the outside of the church that I uncovered on whatever the day was, Saturday. So yes, those are the two things we're going to do this Tuesday. So, let's do the two thing. Also, did I just break stuff? I don't know. I was too excited about all the twos. It happens. Okay. So, let's see. Got a couple of things to do, obviously. As I said, Tuesday. We're going to do twos things. So, on Saturday, I was getting some of these rocks in place, which is good. I think there are a few here I'll probably remove. Like there's some stone here and things like that, but I think the rocky outcroppings here are nice. Okay. But let's say I think there are a few places like here. I think I want to take this out and we'll put in some snow there. Right. There are a few of these types of places where it just makes sense. Well, sure. Where it just makes sense to add a little bit of snow. Just to fill out what's going on. And, I added a lot of stone to this. Oh, right. And I need to come in with some slabs and stairs and all sorts of various cool things to make this, cooler and stuff. But I do like what we've got going on here as a start. Okay. Now, I do want to come over. Oh, jeez. It's like, what the heck is flying over there? It was a goat. It happens. They are definitely of the flying variety. We are definitely dealing with flying goats. Yeah. So let's see. I have a shulker box here. This one. That's the one I'm looking for. This guy has a bunch of things in it. Now, I think what I want to do, now remember I said this was, all right, maybe you don't remember. And if you don't, that's fine. But I was putting in some cobblestone over here just as sort of placeholder. So we're going to swap out some of that and put a little bit of something over here. Do I have, somewhere? Yeah, there we go. Little bit of andesite. I think that'll work. Kind of in there. And actually kind of like some of that cobblestone. All right. What I do want to do, so I think I'm pretty okay with some of this, is let's head inside to the stone cutter and let's make a bunch of stairs and slabs and, other random goodness. And see if maybe some of that will become useful here. I have got to clean up this shulker monster. This is insane. Sometime soon, and that sometime is not going to be today, but sometime soon, I really need to think about maybe getting some, I don't know, filters set up in the storage room over there. Just start dumping stuff into it. Okay, so we got that. Oh, I wonder if I have some diorite. Got some granite in there, which is good. Actually, I'm going to take those cobblestone slabs. Oh, good. There's some diorite. I don't think I'm going to need a lot of it, but there are a few places where I think some diorite would be really handy. Okay, just Just a little bit. So we'll gut through here. All right. Yeah, we've got some diorite. Perfect. All right. You know what? Honestly, do I have a stonecutter on me? I do. We'll just use that stonecutter up there as I need it. Okay. That seems like a reasonable approach. Still have Matica on. Was doing a little bit of work. So one of the things I'm going to be doing here this week, I was hoping to have done it over the weekend, but it turns out it's definitely going to take more time than I had. But one of the things I wanted to do was record a video. I know, I actually do that once in a while. I wanted to record a video that was a tutorial for a moss farm that I designed here not too long ago. And let's see, what do I want to do with this one? I think I want a little bit of something here. Let's grab a little bit of tuff. And let's just take that into slabs. Anyway, so I wanted to do that. Get that tutorial done. So I'm writing the script, which that in and of itself is its own special breed of fun right there. Oh, actually, do I have... I mean, I do have a little bit of cobblestone. Did I bring any cobble with me? Yes. Cool. So anyway, I've been working on that. So that's been fun. Its own special breed of exciting, I'll tell you. Yeah, I don't want to mess with that. Let's andesite slabs. That would be handy. Right there. There's an andesite slab. Perfect. I think what I'm going to do is let's actually an andesite stair might be even better. Yeah. So yeah, so I've been working on that. That's been fun getting those okay. Yeah, getting that script put together. I really optimized the moss farm. So it's actually really nice. Okay, so we get some of that. Actually, I want to do that, but I want to put it on the other side. Okay. I said it doesn't have to be overly crazy. Yeah. What the heck was I doing with this? Okay. Stonecutter. Let's get that down. But yeah, it's turning out nice. Really optimized some things and it's working out well. So I like it. I like where things are going with that, the moss farm, and I'm really excited. Let's see. I'm really excited to get that tutorial put out for all y'all because I think it's going to be really fun. Let's see. Let's grab a couple of tough stairs here. Plus, you know, I really like how that farm turned out. I want to kind of show it off, you know. I'm not above that. Not above showing off a little bit, you know. Let's drop in here. Now, oh, that's not what I'm looking for. And decide, there we go. Yeah, see the diorite does give it a little bit more of a look like there is some snow sort of built up and wedged in a few places. And it's kind of nice. All right. So let's see. Is there anything? Do I want to do more here? Just any place that's got a solid block is going to end up with snow on it. So that's sort of a question. Right. Is there anything I want to do with that? You know. Let's see. Feels like there should be a little bit of something. Maybe not. Maybe this is going to be just peachy. All right. It's okay if that one's a little steeper. We can just go with that. I think I want to take that andesite block out. Drop in a little bit of tough slabs there. Okay, yeah, so this is the part, it just takes forever. And sometimes it's really nice, and sometimes it's a little bit funky, but I do think a little bit of diorite right there is going to be, it's going to be good. And then up on top of this happy little hill, yeah, I think I see what I'm going to do here. We'll just slip a little bit of fun stuff in and around here. And yeah, I think a little bit, yeah, let's put a little diorite right there. But that's going to be especially nice as the snow comes in, okay? And then what I want to do is, let's see. I think what I'm going to want to sleep is what I'm going to want to do. But let's take a couple of these tough stairs real quick. And I want to stick one here. And I kind of think I want to put a little bit of something down here. So, oh, right, that's regular deep slate. Darn it. All right, hang on. I have to sleep. It's dark and scary, and I need to do something about that. Also, maybe I'm going to crash into a wall. That's okay, too. Wall crashing, totally a thing. I am, well, I was going to say down for that, but if I crash into the wall too hard, I will be down a lot harder than I was planning. All right. All right. So let us see what else I want to do here. Yeah, I think I want to bring in the shulker box. That's what I want to bring in. And let's add a couple of cobbled slabs here just to, oops. Yeah, that's probably not the place for it. I'm all for letting the happy accidents be, you know, accidental and stuff, but having it just floating was probably not the way to approach that. Okay. Yeah, it's not bad. I think I'm not entirely sure I like that cobblestone there, but I don't know what I want to do with it. Maybe we'll leave it. Sure. Well, we can leave it. It's totally fine. We'll be just peachy. Okay. So that little rock formation is done. Let's meander over here. This one, we're going to put some snow back there. Awesome. All right. Now, let's see here. I mean, I could. So we've got a little bit of stone here. I think what I want to do is let's... No. Close, but no. Let's drop that in there. And I want to take one of those diorite slabs here. Drop that in. Kind of like that. All right. I think that's going to be helpful. Let's see. Oh, yep. See, remember what I said about snow? Here we go. Here we go. Let's... Yeah. Just a little bit of something here I think is going to be helpful. All right, because kind of what I'm trying to do here on some of this is set it up so we're not getting a lot of snow accumulation on top of some of these rocks. Okay. There will be some, you know, like that one. And whoa, I'm gonna just fall down. I didn't do a lot over, actually, I didn't do anything over here. Haha. Well, that's something that should change. Right? We just slide a little bit of happy goodness around here, you know. All right. Let's see. Let's see. Where did I put my stone cutter? There it is. I need to, you know, cut stone, so that's going to be helpful. But what I want to do is just grab a couple of diorite stairs, and I'm going to slip one in. I think I sort of want to slip one in here. Yeah. And there. Okay, and maybe I don't know if I want to put in some snow here. It feels like I need a little bit of something here. So maybe maybe some cobblestone. Cobblestone's looking a little bit too thick. Okay. That curve is a little funky, but I think we can go with it. Anyway, so let's see. What other fun and exciting things do we have here in our hot little inventory? Like some of those slabs are going to be good. Let's, do I want to do anything with that? Sorry, it's just hard to visualize what this is looking like up close, right? What I really need to do is come out at a distance here a little bit, and that's something I want to try to avoid. Let's go ahead and slap some andesite there, and I need probably a little slab action coming in across this way. Ooh, that's going to be too much contrast. Yeah, I think that'll be good. Then, yeah, we'll leave the stone and, yeah, this plain stone in here. I think that might be okay. Though, actually, what might be good? Let's add a little bit of stone slabbage here. What happens if you overcook your leafy greens? You get stone slabbage. Yeah. Okay, that I think might be mostly okay. Yeah, and we won't get any snow accumulation on most of this because it's slabs and stairs. We'll get a little bit like right here, but that's going to make sense in some ways because we've got this diorite here as well. And so it's looking like there's just a little bit of snow sort of, you know, wedged in the rocks. Okay. It just sort of vibes a little bit more, right? This one I think is mostly okay, except I want to bring in a couple of, you know, slab down here. That's, I think, mostly okay. Down this way. This way is a little bit of a mess. Not gonna lie to you, friends. This is just a little bit. A little bit on the funky side. We're gonna deal with it. It's too funky and the slide. Gonna fill it with a pit. Which is silly because a pit is a hole. Let's grab another one of those diorite slabs. And I'm gonna, stair. Let's use a stair here. Let's grab a little bit of diorite stairs here. Now, this side actually probably should be a little bit darker, right? Because I was talking about that I want things that are on the what side is this? West side. That's where the darkness is. That's where we're dealing with shadow and stuff like that. Okay. Okay, so this is sort of what the plan is here. Okay, and again, I don't mind having some snow pile up on it in a few places. I think that's good. But then there's a couple of places like this where, yeah, I need to do some things. Like clean out my inventory. All right. Don't know what. Like, I don't need the honey block, for example. That would just be silly. But I think a couple of tough stairs here might be handy. All right, because I think maybe having a tough stair. Actually, maybe the slabs would be better. Yeah, I think that's going to be a little bit better. And then coming up this way. Yeah, I'll actually just use a cobblestone slab. That'll be all right. And then this, I think this needs to not be a block. Okay. Let's come at that with another tough slab. I think that will be okay. Yeah. Now what I'm not doing is lighting up this hill, which is probably a mistake. Okay. All right. Because, yeah, it would be really handy to have that just be light and stuff. Or at least not have mobs chase me down that hill and want to eat my face. I mean, I know that's not that different from what happens in real life, but still. Try to keep the face eating to a minimum. All right. Yeah, so that's not too bad. It's not too bad. I kind of think I want to slip a little bit of a slab here. I don't know. Maybe the cobblestone? Yeah. Yeah, I guess the cobblestone will work. Cool. Now this one, actually, this might be okay. I do want to place this snow block. Okay. Yeah, so this might be okay, though I think maybe maybe a little bit of slab action here would be good. Or ooh, stair. I put it away or something. There it is. Let's take a little cobblestone stair there. And I want to take, I know that it's a little bit weird, but I'm going to put this dia right here too. Okay. Okay, I think that's going to help that out a bunch. Up here, we're going to have some interesting things. So let's go and get the stone cutter back out. And I need, I think I need some tough slabs. All right, so we'll slap a couple of these in here like so. Yeah, I think that's going to be okay. And then if I were to, oh, let's see, do I have some cobblestone stairs? Yeah, right here. Perfect. I'll take that off, put in a cobblestone stair up there, and I think we die right. All right. Yeah, just take this out. Put in some diorite there. Do I want that stone? No, I'm going to replace that with some andesite. Just to keep some texture going back that way. And then up here, let's grab some of these andesite slabs. Ooh, that's not... That shouldn't be stone. Actually, let's do this. Let's take that out and let's put in a little bit of... maybe a little bit of cobble. Cobble might be good. All right. Yeah, I think that'll be okay. Yes, we will get a little bit of snow accumulating on a couple of places, and that's just fine. Okay. Again, I'm not trying to make it totally snowproof. I just want to add a little bit of extra detail around some of these blocks. Okay. So, yeah, we're like around here. Actually, that's probably the wrong thing. Probably not the andesite. But if I were to come in here with some tough stairs, perhaps, and some tough slabs, that might be good. Let's see. I'll go ahead and not quite that way. Let's go like that. If I do that, this should probably come out. What do I want that to be? Maybe a touch of cobblestone there. Okay, that's not bad. And then if I were to, yeah, go ahead and just drop some tough and not deep slate tile. All right, the deep slate tile is not at all what I want to have for that. We're just going to grab some regular cobbled deep slate to fill in here and here. You know, every once in a while I do something and then I realize now I'm just giving myself more work. That's okay. That is okay. All right. Now I do need to come up this a little bit. So I think what I need to do. Let's see. Do I have some tough on me? Yes, I do. Grab some tough slabs. Honestly, a lot of this isn't going to get too crazy, but I do want to come through here just a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, I think this might be okay. Though, if I replace this, then we shouldn't have snow under it, because that would just be weird. So, let's go and take that out. And I was thinking some more andesite, but now as I think about it, let's grab a little bit of cobble in here. So we've got a couple of cobblestone highlights, which I think are good. Yeah, let's make that deep slate instead. And then I'm going to just take a little bit of diorite right back here. Okay. As that... Huh. Yeah, but no. Okay, close. Andesite. There we go. Let's take this andesite up here with a little bit of diorite with it. There we go. Slab. Diorite slab rather than a block. Okay. So it almost looks like we've got some snow that's coming down this way, but not quite. Not quite. And that's good. Then we can do that. All right. Yeah, so yes, we do have snow here. Got snow over here. This is not snow, but it also keeps a little bit of that snowy, rocky type vibe. Okay. Well, are we making progress? One of these days I'll figure that out. But today's not that day. Let's move on. So over here we've got some fun stuff happening. So I think I want to bring. Yeah, we're going to bring some of those slabs across this way. I think we're going to pull out some of the snow. Let's see. Andesite slabs are going to be good. And let's do... Ooh, do I still have some diorite slabs open? Not really, but... Sometimes you just have to go with the stairs. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's good. And yeah, let's grab a couple of slabs here. Just see what else is going on, okay? Again, we're dealing with a little bit of snow sticking up on top of those, right? That's fine. I want to break this up, right? I want this snow to go away. So that means I'm going to have to come in here with a little bit of, I don't know, deep slates. Yeah, a little bit. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab some slabs. All right. Yeah, so we'll put a little bit of that there. Hang on, I'm going to find a bed, apparently, because it gets dark here quickly in the mountains. Okay, it's a low hill, but, you know, not quite the Alps over here around this village, but, you know, that's okay. Okay. Are we making progress? Well, do you want to make some progress? Do you want a pretty build? All right. Let's. You know, we've got some of this darkness here. I think what I want to do is get some tough slabs, I think. All right, so I have tough on me. Good. Oh, actually, you know, let's grab some stairs first. I'll grab a couple of slabs too, because I'm definitely going to need them, but I think what I want to do is let's bring a little bit of this way. Okay. Something sort of like this, and then I don't want this snow here. This is my problem. I don't want the snow there. I don't know what I want it to be, but snow is not it. Maybe I'll just come in with some cobbled deep slate. Okay. That might be good. Okay. All right, so just a little bit of fun and excitement over here. So yeah, we will get some snow coming up this way. I think if we come up here with a little bit of slabbage. Not a slab here. Let's replace that. We'll take a andesite stair. That's what I'm looking for. Okay. All right. Well, that might be something. Just going at it with random blocks is kind of sort of wrong. But because blocks will get all clumpy and stuff. That's what I've heard anyway. And so we're definitely dealing with some clumpiness. Yeah. So if we bring that in like so, let's go ahead and take this out. Put in a little bit of andesite. Oh, actually, this might be a good spot for some diorite slabs. Okay, slabs. At least we'll put a little bit of diorite over there. Okay. And then what I can do is I can come in with some, yeah, I guess a little cobble. And maybe a little bit of andesite as we deal with some of this up here, right? Andesite stair, yeah. Okay, yeah, this is starting to get a little bit something. Definitely something's happening here. Don't know if it's totally like it, but it's definitely something that's happening. Okay. I like having that little bit of iron right there, too. That's coal ore might be a little bit better, but we'll go with it. All right. Let's meander on up this way, and we've got ourselves a little bit of a rocky outcropping up here as well. So this is one. Some of it's not going to be too bad here. We'll just slide in with a little bit of diorite. I think that's andesite hand. Yep. Andesite slab. Now let's put a stair here. Okay, I think I need a little bit of something happening here. I'm not entirely sure what. Maybe I just need to bring out some more, bring this deep slate out this way just a little bit. Yeah, something along these lines, okay? Not totally convinced I know what I'm doing, but if we can pretend, right? We can totally pretend that I know what I'm doing and go with that. Yeah. Okay. That'll work. Okay. Now, there's also some space over here that I was doing a little bit on, okay? It's not going to be overly crazy. In fact, I think we're just going to do a little bit of... just a little bit of fun here, I suppose. Okay, stone cutter. Okay, I'm going to grab some tough stairs. All right, we'll throw some of that in, and I think this would be a perfect spot for a diorite slab. Maybe right there. Okay. So it's amazing what a little bit of diorite in the right place will do. Okay. I'm definitely not one of those people that's like, oh, diorite is bird poop. Nah. Yes, it's a white block, a lot of texture to it. It's harder. It can be harder to use, but it's not impossible. Someone with a little bit of skill can sometimes do cool things with it. All right. I don't know that I actually have the skill to do this and make it look good, but definitely going to try. Let's see. I want to do something up here. I don't know quite what I want to do here. I think maybe let's slap a stair up here. Maybe a little bit of like now what I don't want to do, and I totally could come up here and that's tough. I could totally come up here and throw a little string down. But that's not quite what I had in mind here, you know? I don't want to cap both of those off. That looks a little bit off. Okay. Actually close. Let's take this out. This diorite slab. We'll put in a diorite stair instead. Okay. Now we do have a little bit of plain stone back here. I think what I want to do is replace some of this with some andesite. Okay. Just because I think it's going to make a little bit more sense to do that. Yeah, I don't mind that stone up there. This one will make andesite. It'll get snowed on. It'll get covered. And I think that'll work. Okay. Cool. Now, I've got a couple of places here too where I just want to put some snow in because, you know, it just makes more sense. Okay, now this area is just messy. Right. Okay. So, I think what I'm going to do is let's come up here with our goat. And I want to put in a little bit of diorite up top. I'm going to, you know, fall down this hole like 8 times though. Okay. And that's, I'm sure, totally okay. I don't think it's going to be any problem at all. You know, actually, let's go ahead and just fill that in a little bit. Okay. Hang on. I'm asleep. And then we'll come back and do a few more rocks. Woohoo! All right. Unlike my regular Sundays, I don't get to sleep in the chapel. No, I try very hard not to fall asleep during my Sunday meetings. That would be weird. Hey, Edge, thanks for the follow over there on Twitch. Hopefully you are having an okay day. Maybe a fabulous day, but okay. But we're gonna pull this in and let's grab a little bit of tough. Yeah, it's been okay. Not too bad. Finished up a training course I was working on. A lot of ice over there. For work and stuff, so that was cool. Let's, you know, I want to decide to be a little bit lighter, but I think the base of this makes sense being a little bit of shadow. Okay. Oops, that's not what I want. So you woke up around 3 a.m. Ah, yes, that's always fun. Wow, I'm totally good at this whole breaking blocks and then replacing them thing. I've got some andesite on me, right? Yep. Okay. So let's get a little bit of andesite in here, and then we'll figure out what else is going on. I think that's going to be fine with the andesite. Andesite slabs. I have those. It's a thing. Yeah, those early mornings, man, they can be a special breed of fun, I'll tell you. I've certainly had more than my share of those over my many years. It's the joys of being in IT, right? Sometimes you work late and you have early mornings, and it's like, maybe not today. Could we not do this today? Okay. Yeah, so some of this is actually going to fit in really well. Right? Again, the diorite's making a nice little bit of snowpack. I might swap out a bunch of this stone that's here for snow. Just to keep all of that kind of going. Andesite, andesite, andesite. But yeah, this I think is starting to turn out okay over here. Nothing overly crazy. So I don't mind a couple of places where I've got some snow layers. I think they're going to be good. Though, actually, let's do this. Let's swap this one out for some stairs. That's the word I'm looking for. Stairs. All right, nice. Cool. So let's go ahead and replace some of this stone down here with some snow. Okay. Just to, oh, right, we've got gravel here. Well, that's fine. I'm sure the gravel is absolutely exactly where it wants to be. Not where I want it to be, but probably where it wants to be. Heck! Yep, I had one of those mornings. Actually, I have those mornings fairly regularly where I wake up at like 4. And it's like, okay, 4 or worse, 4:30. And I need to use the bathroom, right? Because I'm an old man who drinks a lot of water. And it turns out biology is a thing that happens. So the problem is I normally get up like 5 or 5:30, closer to 5:30 if I can get away with it. Oh no, let's not do the deep site. Actually, maybe I'll stick the gravel in there. Yeah, let's do that. Let's put the gravel in there. Anyway, so waking up like that, it's like, okay, I kind of sort of need to be up, but not right now, but I have to pee, and it's too early just to get up. But I can't stay in bed. Oh, it's not so fun. Yeah. Just bring in some tough there. I don't think I have any moss on me, which might be a good thing to have in a couple of these places, but I think that'll work. That'll work. Let's see. Do I still have another slab? I do. Let's grab a cobblestone slab, or cobble deep slate slab. Drop it out there. Okay, that'll work. We will get a little bit of snow on here, and that's fine. But I think that outcropping's looking a little bit nicer. All right. Okay. So yeah, this side of this happy little community area is looking fairly, well, it's looking a little bit better anyway. It's great, not yet, but trying. I may come in and do a little bit more a little bit more detailing on these rocks, but for now, I think we're going to be okay. So the next step is, one, to try to put a bunch of this stuff away. And then we're going to go in and do a bunch of other stuff. I want to get... might need the cobble deep slates. We'll keep that out. I need to get some cobble deep slate stairs. Actually, not cobbled, tiled. Because I need to finish out the roofs and stuff that are here. Okay? I didn't do that on Saturday because I was more focused on, all right, let's get the shape of this down and then start doing a little terraforming. So here we're going to get some more of the roof. On the plus side, I think I have what I hope is enough of all of this stuff. Now I'm going to have to get some spruce and probably some oak logs of both of those flavors, actually, to handle some other goodness that's happening here. But, all right. Oh, that doesn't work. All right. Cool. Sweet. I'm so good at this. This whole, staying on scaffolding and stuff. There we go. Got it. Okay, now there are a couple of places where I do need the... Oh, that's smooth. It's not brick, isn't it? Okay, that's fine. I still have my stone cutter. I can make this happen. Probably not that many. I need polished deep slate. Okay. Right, because the polished deep slate ducks back here behind the honey. Okay. There we go. Oh, yep, there we go. Okay, I think I've got some tile slabs, which I've been trying to not place on the hill because they go down here somewhere. Did I put them away? I did. That's cool. All right. They go like that? I think that block needs to change. Hang on, I'm just going to free cam over here and take a look. Oh no, I left it stair. Ah, but that's a stair and then there's a slab. I see what I'm doing. Aha. And stuff. So that goes like so. And like so. Okay. Leaving this little gap just because it's cool. All right. So these all go through here like a these and like a these. Okay, and I need to, oops, that's the wrong one. That would be a nope from me, sir. What do I do over here? Nothing, because I've got a hill here. All right. Now that is one thing we are going to have to do tonight is going to have to take a quick detour and get some mangrove, because I think I'm pretty much out of mangrove logs. And that's what I've been using for a lot of the detailing around the outside of the church. So, yep. So we're going to have to get some of that. But the windows, I think I'm going to block up. These ones are open because, yes, I want to be able to look out and see there's Sprite Snowman, right? Some of the lanterns that Snoopers was setting up. And, the roads and stuff here, right? It's going to be all sorts of fun. And like I said, okay. Sure. I'm going to be setting up a skating rink somewhere down here. Me or Snoopers or somebody, I think. We'll set up a skating rink around here because that'll look good. But You can see I've got a bunch of oak and some mangrove and stuff for detailing out here, and I've got these benches and stuff going around. So yeah, it would be really handy if I had some mangrove. However, I don't. What I do have is an axe. And yeah, that guy just needed to cease to exist. It happens. Every once in a while you see somebody and just think, you know what? That person would probably be happier if they just ceased to exist. And maybe that's not something you want to tell them, because they might get a little cranky at you. Okay, which, you know, I think would be reasonable. If somebody told me that I would be happier if I ceased to exist, I would probably be cranky too. But anyway, okay, so that's going to do its thing. Right, I need to fill in some stuff here. Right. Oh, I forgot these stairs too. All right, let's go there. So obviously I have a lot of details here to fill in, but that's fine. We'll get there. Okay, also I need to shovel the snow. You know, and it's fun. So we have multiple wards, multiple congregations that meet in our building. And we switch off times when the year changes. So last year, my ward met at at like 11 or something. Now we're meeting at 9, and because we're the first group to meet in the building, we're responsible for snow removal. I could do with less snow removal in my life. As I've gotten older, I've become 100% less tolerant of snow. You know, maybe it's just me, but I just oh yeah, it fell off the roof. Yeah, bummer. Bad luck for him. Okay, so this covers here. Okay. But yeah, as I've gotten older, I'm definitely feeling the I would like to live in a warmer climate sort of vibe. Which, you know, I don't really want to move, but, you know, on the other hand, it gets bone-numbingly cold here, and I get really tired of it. Okay, so that's where we need to go. All right. So I'm just going to run this across, first of all. Okay. Just to make it a little bit easier to see where this is all going to go. But on the plus side, you know, I do like living in Colorado. It's a nice place to live. You know, as long as I avoid dealing with politics, it's a great place to live. The mountains are beautiful. You know, I love all that stuff. It just gets freaking cold. Now, it doesn't help that I live in the mountains. And it turns out being at altitude does not help with the, hey, I don't want to be cold situation. But that's okay. That's okay. Well, those were not okay. Okay. Yeah, we'll just get a little... Again, with the whole not placing blocks in the right place. I'd like to try to avoid that in the future. I won't, but I'd like to. Anyway, so I was looking at a calendar today, yesterday, something like that, because, you know, occasionally I have to know what the date is. And I am not ready for it to be the end of January. Okay, now, admittedly, we're one step closer to not having that stupid cold, but still. January, man, it's almost over. I mean, wasn't it just like Christmas, like last week? I might even give you like 2 weeks ago. But December, January always feels fast. Yeah. Oh, darn it. Yeah, it's just like, come on, man. Now, on the plus side, I don't know if it's a plus side. You know, one of my kids has a birthday here coming up in a couple of weeks, which is fun for her. On the other hand, as my kids keep getting older, I don't understand how they can keep getting older while I stay the same age, right? That's just not how this is supposed to work, right? Yeah. Heck. No, it keeps getting those reminders of, oh, hey, I don't, like, as of last summer, I no longer am the parent of teenagers, right? My youngest kiddo is in her 20s. I am not ready for this, okay? I'm not that old. I would like to not be that old for a long time, but no, my kids insist on getting older. And I'm just not okay with that, you know? Oh, okay. Speaking of not being okay with things, sort of out of the tile stairs here. I hope I have enough deep slate. I hate to have to go mine some. That would just be silly. Now, this will be all good when it's done, though. It'll be a nice little community area here, right around spawn, you know? It's nothing crazy. And I suppose, if we weren't a server full of introverts, this little village might not be a bad place for, like, a shopping district or something, but nah. It's got a community storage. That seems reasonable enough. Okay. But yeah, it's just. But yeah, sorry, I'm going between topics. Like, I have no idea what's going on with my life, and that's probably true. But no, I was really excited though. On Saturday, I talked about this a little bit in the supporter newsletter. Ah, jeez, monkeys. Which, if you'd like to read my supporter newsletter, I send it out every week to supporters at musicfreegaming.com. But I was talking in the newsletter. That I'm working on this video for a tutorial for a moss farm. And so I was doing some testing. Ooh, this isn't good. See if I've got some more deep sight. So I was doing some testing, right, to be sure that my design worked and all of that fun stuff, which I know the design works, but get it all in place, get it cleaned up so I can get a clean schematic for it, and all the stuff that I need to prep to do a tutorial. And I started tinkering because that's a thing that I do. Now I did run into a couple of well, that's gonna be a little bit helpful. I did run into a couple of things that were, it's like, okay, I need to clean this up, and I realized that the hoppers I had set up were not actually fast enough to keep up with the farm. Oh, sweet. It's all plain deep slate. That's less sweet. All right, we'll come back to that box. I might end up having to mine deep slate. That would be silly. Okay. Anyway, so I was looking at that and started tinkering with that, and then once I got all of that in place, I was looking at a handful of other things and realized that, oh, I can shorten up one of the clocks and a couple of other things. So long story short, I don't know if it actually is any shorter, I made the farm a little faster, which is cool. It'll now do 12,000, where's the thing? 12,000 moss blocks per hour, which for a single cell farm is not bad. Yeah, it'll actually said that's faster than hopper speed. So if you want to collect all of that moss, you need more than one hopper, which is fine. It's actually kind of nice if you just have one hopper to collect the moss, and then the rest can go in to be composted and help, keep it in bone meal. Right? That's handy. So yeah, and it was a fun thing to build. I know I've talked about it on the stream before, but said I was watching Mumbo Jumbo. He had a video up and said, "Oh yeah, we're going to build these farms." And said I think he was referencing an El Mango design or something that used a double piston extender, and I was looking, and all I heard was double piston extender, and I thought, you know what? I wonder if I could build one like that. Just design one just off the concept of having a double piston extender as part of the stone generator. And it works great. I'm pretty happy about how that all works. So yeah, that one cell moss farm does significantly better than the farm I built in the ancient city, which I think was a Raiseworks design. And yeah, I'm happy with it. It's also cool. I haven't set it up. I probably should do that before I do the tutorial. But because of the way the farm is designed, it actually stacks vertically really well. It can go horizontal too, because it's water streams and stuff. But surprisingly enough, this thing will stack vertically, which might make it a really nice thing to set up. So we'll try it in a couple of places maybe. All right. I hope this is going to be enough deep slate. All right, so let us come over here. All right, stone cutter. Yep. All right. So anyway, I don't know how many of you are of the redstone-y mindset. If you like to tinker with stuff like that, but I like redstone for stuff like boss farms. I had for the longest time just, oh yeah, I'll just find somebody's design on YouTube. Like, it's the same thing I did with the potion brewer. It's like, this is okay. I'll go find somebody's design. And then I thought, you know what? I think it'd be fun to try to do this myself. And ended up with a cool thing. Is it the best design ever? Probably not. But it's mine. It's something that I came up with and designed, and it works and doesn't generate cobblestone. So, I'm happy with it. Okay. All right, and we are actually done. Nice. Now I do need to come in here. I've got a couple of places here where I've got some. I think it would be good to bring the snow back down here a little bit. Okay. Okay. That's not bad. Obviously, I've got some oak I need to come in here, a little sandstone. Okay. Well, so far, so good. I like it. This building, ignore the fact that I don't have the detailing in on this side yet, but the shape of the building is definitely nicer. Like if we come over around the front, yeah, this is definitely looking better. I need to get some oak in here, fill that out. Okay. And I think do I want to do, yeah, let's go and take this snow out, which is easier to do with a shovel. Let's get some oak. Fairly certain I have oak. Of all of the things I have over here, oak is probably one of them. I mean, not in that box, but... Okay, I've got some spruce. I do need some of that anyway. Some stripped oak. Do I have regular oak? Oh. Dang, I may have to go farm some oak. Jeez. Okay. That's not what I was expecting, but all right. Well, I have to go get some mangrove too, so I can harvest some oak at the same time. All right. Okay, so that can kind of go that way, and I can bring in some snow. Sort of like here. I might do a little bit of layering and stuff around here, you know, just to... It's like, yeah, the snow has sort of come down. We've shoveled a little bit of it. You know, something like that. Okay. And then, this should be... Okay. Let's go ahead and get this spruce in place. Okay, that's in. That's in. And that's in. Okay. Cool. Well, let's go ahead and shovel. The good news is shoveling the snow here in Minecraft is not nearly as hard on my back. Yeah, there are definitely days where I will be, I'll shovel snow and come in. It's like, okay, I obviously did not lift enough with my feet or with my legs. Okay, it's important to lift with your legs, not with your back. Smooth, slow movements. Okay, don't do the fast, jerky stuff. Don't lift with your back. It's bad for you. Okay, if you want your back to not hurt when you get older. These are important tips that I should have paid attention to when I was a kid and didn't. Okay. Okay. Having a little bit of snow crossing this, even though it's technically underneath the lip here, isn't a bad thing. Okay. It's sort of, it's like the snow has blown in underneath the ledge here a little bit. Now, some of this may get dug out again later once I put some benches in, but for now, I think this is kind of okay. What did I make the benches out of? Is that spruce? Yeah, those are spruce slabs. Okay. Well, that's a good thing. I think I've got some of those. Okay. Snow goes away. Yeah, the slabs and stuff I'm sure I've got a bunch of, but the obviously I just don't really have oak logs. All right. That's fine. That's fine. Let's go ahead. We'll make up some slabs. I'm not going to need that many of them. And yeah, we'll have to take a quick trip back over to my tree farm. We'll harvest a bunch of stuff and get what I need. Is that right? Hang on. We must free cam. Yeah, it goes in front. Oh, okay. I may have to adjust some things here. Okay. Like those, all of these slabs need to go away. They're going to be mangrove stairs instead. Cool. Well, I'm glad I checked that before, because that would have saved me all that time. You know, because I like doing things twice, right? I don't know about the rest of y'all, but... All right, well, let's head inside. I want to see if I can free up a shulker box. Otherwise, I'll just have to craft one. Because the one thing I'm definitely going to need more of while I'm over here is shulker boxes. Obviously, I don't have nearly enough of them. So, yeah, that's totally a thing I need to have. Okay. Okay. You know, I might have to put a shulker unloader on the storage system. I wasn't going to, but I might have to. Because if I want to dump all of these shulkers into the system, yeah, I am probably going to want some form of something. All right, so that's going to be there. I don't need to kick this with me. What was in this one? Stone. Okay. Nope, that's fine. The more confusion I can cause myself, the better. Right? Right. Okay. Let's go get some mangrove. Yeah. All right, yeah, let's go get some mangrove. And oak. I need oak too. I need both of those things. Should we cut through the nether? I mean, I don't know that we need to, but might as well. Okay, I need to... I hadn't realized I left some shulker boxes in a compromising position. Okay. Got it fixed. We got to sort it out. You know, we didn't need that sort of display there. You know, you guys really are not where you're supposed to be. No, not even a little bit. Honestly, I'm less worried about the golem than I'm about Nigel over there. But, okay. We're fine. Everything's totally fine. Absolutely fine. All right. So I need some oak, which would be this guy right here. And then we need mangrove. So the oak will be easy. Mangrove, not quite as much. Just because mangrove is such a pain. Which is annoying because it's such an amazing looking block. I would build with mangrove significantly more often if it were easier to harvest. It's not though, so yeah. Okay. You know, do I have my fortune hoe on me? No, the silk touch hoe. Okay. Anyway, what do we dig out here? Jeez. So much oak. You know, I probably should have put like a roof on this or something so that we had significantly fewer giant oak trees, but I'm sure we'll be totally fine. Okay. Absolutely. Okay, there we go. Starting to clean up now. I'm sort of ambivalent for the fast leaf decay. If it were just my worlds, I probably wouldn't turn it on. On the other hand, Snoopers was very persuasive. She says, hey, What if we had fast leaf decay? And I said, okay. Didn't take a lot of convincing. Okay. All right, so I now have, how much oak do I have? Okay, that should be fine for now. All right. Great. Mangrove. Actually, do I have... I do have this. Do I happen to have... Oh, I do have a silk touch hoe. Or a, fortune hoe. That might be better. Yeah, grab the sparkly one. Just because I don't want to be collecting mangrove leaves right now. They could be useful at some point, but I don't know. Today's not that point where I care. Okay. Someday I might care. Today I don't. All right. Okay, so let's go and clean all of the leaves out here. I suppose if I were really clever, I'd grab some allays to harvest all this stuff too, but that's one of those things every once in a while Pixel riffs on a chopping Tuesday or something, and he'll go up and just spend 3 hours cutting down trees. And when he's doing mangrove, that's what he does. Is he'll use a silk touch hoe, and he'll grab a couple of allays that pick up all of the leaves and stuff, the propagules and things like that, but mostly the leaves, and just feed them over into a composter. Okay, I'm gonna need a bunch of these because we're doing shelves. Shelves take up a freaking lot of logs. Okay. I do actually want to pick up those propagules though, because you know they're going to be useful for this whole replanting thing I'd like to do at some point. But yeah, mangrove is just a beast. I suppose I could try to set up some form of TNT explodey goodness. And that might be a thing, right? Tree farms are a little bit funky. Typically when you see them, they use TNT dupers and stuff. I don't like to dupe TNT, so I'd want to build it with just a dispenser, just dropping TNT, but you know, that's me. I know there are people who have some really strong feelings about it. I don't like to do it. Right? I don't like to. I have fewer concerns about people who dupe TNT for things like that than people who like use the end portal and dupe blocks. Right? Whether it's sand or string or dragon eggs or whatever you want to deal with. Not a fan of that. That I think it gets a little bit cheaty, but okay, but that's the way I play. You play it the way you want to. Okay, at least on your own servers and stuff. Okay. Oh, the mangrove roots are a pain in the neck too, but I mean they chop down easily enough, but the fact that I have to chop them down is annoying. Okay, how much mangrove do I have, by the way? Okay. So I'm going to need four shelves per bench. Okay, that's outside. And basically each shelf is a log. So yeah, and there are about 8 of those. I'm probably pretty close, but maybe, I don't know. There. Just hop up here. Again, start from the top, work our way down. Okay. This was... I knew I was going to have to do this. That doesn't mean I was looking forward to it, you know? But it's alright. Oh, I should also, just while I'm thinking about it, harvest some ice. This doesn't, I don't have I actually can't have an ice farm at my main base, which is out in the Badlands, because it turns out ice does not form in the desert. I know, who'd have thunk it? So, if I'm over here doing stuff, I do like to harvest some ice just to, this way. Just so that I've got it. That way I can do things with it later. Look, I ate ice. Oh, but let's see now. I think if there's other excitement going on, and there just really isn't a whole lot. I'm excited to get the exterior of this church done, and I think what I'm going to do, because I set up the potion brewer in the church, right? So I think what I'm going to do is, over the next few weeks, months, something like that, is I'm going to start building farms for all of the brewing ingredients. Now, some of them, like netherwort, there isn't a whole lot of farm that you can do with that. Okay, it's you plant it, you harvest it, that's about it. Okay, there's nothing else really exciting there. Axe is helpful, but for some of the rest of it, could be interesting. I had a thought for what I could do for a oh, what? Jeez. Okay, we're here. We're good. What can I do for a phantom membrane farm? Because obviously you can only get phantom membranes from phantoms. That requires having phantoms. But it also requires having phantoms at a place that's easy for you to do something about, right? So I've been thinking about that. It's like, what does that look like? And I think I've got an idea. So we've got some fun things there. Also, spider webs are another thing that would be handy to have, right? Aside from the fact, I think I'm going to need them for the phantom farm. You need spider webs if you want to do potions of spider gunk or something, whatever it is. Potions of weaving. Where when mobs die, they end up spewing webs all over everything. Okay? Which, you know, is a thing. Kind of wish I was using my netherite axe. This is... or netherite hoe. Turns out there's a lot of durability I am not gaining here. Okay. Nope, that's fine. Falling is a thing. We can We can do that. We can fall. All right. Okay, almost. Almost. There's a cup. Oh, darn it. Again, these trees are easier to deal with from the top, but yeah, because the mangrove just grows in weird ways. But yeah, setting up a... Honestly, that would just be fun to try to do anyway. Though, a spiderweb farm wouldn't be overly crazy. Most of those, it's just... You set a lays on fire or something. Smash their faces in rock or whatever it is you want to do to them. And then, is there a block there? I think there is. Yep, there it is, right there. Yeah, and then you have them, you hit them with what is it, an infested potion or something? So that they drop silverfish. And then you splash the silverfish with, the weaving potion. I guess it doesn't matter if you hit them, or I guess it doesn't matter, but you can hit them with weaving. You can hit them with the oozing potion as well. One gives you slime, the other one gives you cobwebs, and you can have all sorts of fun stuff happen there. So, yeah, it'll be something worth playing with, I guess. And I'm not entirely sure how I'd approach it, but you know, somehow. All right, let's go ahead and harvest this ice. I've got enough mangrove, I hope anyway, to do what I need to for the rest of the church exterior. Okay, hang on. Just gonna get some of this. Get some of this ice. I should have made this out of wood, but strangely enough, when you're living in an ancient city, which I was at the time, wood was not as common. Deep slate, I had all of the deep slate. The wood, not so much. All right, so let's go ahead and turn that into packed ice. Bring that with me. Oh, I suppose I could compost all of that, but all right. Okay, so that's fine, I guess. Go ahead and bring the sticks with me. I might want them later. I absolutely do not need the moss carpet, but that's an interesting thought. Moss carpet is fuel, or could be fuel, I think. I think you can cook things with moss carpet. I know you can cook them with regular carpet. I wonder, because you could use a crafter. Yeah, you could use a crafter to turn moss into carpet, in addition to just getting carpet from a moss farm. That's interesting. I wonder if it would make sense to use a moss farm as a way of fueling a furnace. I mean, moss doesn't cook a lot. Okay, I mean, I'm not entirely sure I got enough oak. If I'm going to be honest with you, that might be a little lax on that. Okay, but that's fine. Let's go ahead and get the logs in place, because I need that for this outer detail, and then we'll start dealing with the mangrove. Okay. Okay, so. All right, so this is going to come up this way. And I believe, did I just plug that right into the thing? I did. Oh, I'm going to have to bring in some more. Okay. All right. So. Okay. Yeah. So I'm going to have to bring in some more stairs coming up this way. All right. And then what Y level is that? Okay. So, oh, basically right here. All right. All right. I'll worry about that in a minute. Let's finish getting all of these in place here. And as I said, I think I've got, well, not much. All right. So that comes out. We place that. All right. I should have grabbed some sandstone, but it's okay. Suppose I could just throw some snow down there and call it a day. I don't know. Will it matter? That is a very good question. Go ahead and put that in there, though. Okay. Now this, let's see. Let's go ahead and put this in. Oops. Yeah. All right. So what is that? That's Y104. So coming over on this side. Oops. That is 103. Interesting. Huh. Okay. Well, that's... Nope. 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 Oh, that's all right. That's not like I'm at all confused about why it's different and stuff. You would think the top of the roof would be the same because that part doesn't go up and down. Okay. Well, we'll absolutely be figuring this one out here in a minute, won't we? Yeah. Also, we're going to need some more deep slate. Yeah. All right. No, this is good. It's gonna be totally peachy. All right, let's take a look at what's happening out here. So this comes up, and then I believe that is, yeah, that's right there. That is it. Oh, hang on. Okay, no, that block is, oh, that is block 105. Okay, so if I come in over here. All right. I think I see what's going on here. Okay, cool. All right, so let me get some more deep slate. Whoops, I put my I put my fortune pickaxe away. You know, it made sense at the time, but right now, not so much. All right, let's go ahead and get some deep slate. I took the haste beacon down too, so it's going to be slightly slower than I would like. Which is a full level of, oh well. Oh, let's see. Anything else going on? What, Valentine's Day is coming up. Do you know what? Care? I mean, once upon a time, about the only reason I cared about Valentine's Day was because the chocolate got really cheap the day after. But as I have been, at least partially, working on the whole let's not be the size of a small whale project, I don't eat a lot of chocolate anymore. So that doesn't entice me, you know? And my wife has never been real big into Valentine's Day, so it's not like it's something like, you know, the two of us together is like, oh, we need to do something because of we're a couple and stuff. It's like, hasn't really been a thing, you know? So I don't know. Might, you know, things may happen. I may do a thing, but won't be anything big if I do. I might, however, do a little something on for the podcast. Which new episode of the podcast? It dropped on Monday for supporters at musicfreegaming.com. For everyone else, it'll drop on Wednesday, where all, you know, finer podcasts are available. You know, Spotify and YouTube and all of that good stuff. Yeah, Music Free Static Podcast. So, yeah, and I, you know, talked about something. I bet it was cool. I can't remember what it was, but I bet it was cool. All right. So, yeah. So be sure to check all that fun stuff out. I just record the podcast. I don't know what I talk about. All right. So what I need to do. Ugh. Okay. Get to do this mess again. Hopefully I don't hit the globe here. That would be awkward. Okay. Yeah, we're good. Clear of it. Yeah, that would have been really, really uncomfortable if I had ended up conflicting with the dome there. Okay, so let's see. I don't know. Anything else going on? I suppose for like the first time in about 1,000 years, I am mildly interested in what's going on in the NFL, because the Broncos, who, you know, the football team I supported forever when I was in school, and as an adult for that matter, are in the playoffs, which is great. They're in the AFC Championship game, which is awesome. And their starting quarterback broke his ankle like on the second to last play of the game on Saturday. So not great for their chances there. Okay, so what am I doing over here? Let's come around to this side. Oh, I don't have a slab or a thing, or I'm just gonna have to come in and do stuff. Well, actually, that's not a slab. That's a upside down stair, isn't it? Oh no, that is a slab. Okay. And then I've got stairs going in and under and stuff. Okay. So that's a slab. This would be... Is that is that what I'm doing? I forgot it already. It's too long ago. Okay, so stair, we slab, and we come underneath it. Okay, so yeah, these are wrong. Okay. Yeah, because I don't have a slab, so we would... I don't have any slabs on me. Cool. Hang on, that's gonna go away. Maybe this will go away too. Cool. Is that what I did? Okay, so slab. Okay, so that's a... Wow, I have no memory for anything. What the heck? Okay, that's a slab. Do the stairs under. Okay, cool. So those are there. Cool. That, nope. All right. So the slab's going to go there. Like, right there. I think, yeah. So that's why it's throwing me off. So I've got a slab and a space and then a slab. Okay, and then under the slab, again, which would go here, do slab goes there, this like that. I think that's right. Okay. So something like this. Okay, oop, that's not gonna go there. All right, I'll have to get there and figure that out. That's gonna be a whole special breed of fun, I'll tell you. I could, you know, and it would make sense, you know, but I could actually like maybe take a screenshot of it and actually have something to look at, but am I going to do that? No, that makes too much sense. Why would I do that? You know, I've realized, of course, that in doing this, I have probably the worst possible screenshots ever for a thumbnail. It's like, it's basically the same thumbnail I had in the last video. It's like, oh, look, there's hills. Though I suppose I could come back this way. I know, all of you care. It's like, ooh, thumbnails. You're like a YouTuber and stuff, right? Yeah. Okay. All right, so we'll pop those out for just a minute. Grab some logs, and this goes at 105. Okay, cool. All right, and then this goes here, and then we continue up. All right, now I am going to have to get in here and be sure this is all lit. Right now, it's a death trap. Like, literally, I could have drop creepers. And, you know, those aren't nearly as much fun as they sound. Though I think the solution to that is going to be some glow lichen. All right, let's sleep, and while I'm going in there, we'll double check the height of that of those other cross beams that are out here. Okay, so I'm just gonna free camp for a minute so I can see here. All right, this goes across. That's at 109. That's actually helpful. 109, and this is at 101. Okay, 109 and 101. Keep that in mind. 109, 101. Ah, yes. Y'all getting plenty of water? I hope so. Water is important in life. Turns out, life doesn't work as well without water. At least not on this planet. All right. You may live on a planet where water is fine, but... or things are fine without water, but... okay. Okay. So that goes like so. And then... 101, that would be here. Hi-ho. Okay, cool. So that's a fun thing. All right. And then there are these other beams over here. Sorry, free camming over. And those are at 99. Okay. 99. Okay. Speaking of 99, I was rewatching some Get Smart the other day. That was a silly show. Ack! Okay. There we go. Yeah, if you haven't had an opportunity to watch, not the movie was it Steve Carell and Anne Hathaway, but the TV show that was all sorts of fun. That was written in part by Mel Brooks, who is just a comedy genius. Yeah, definitely worth checking out if you can find it. Sadly, I only have like the first 2 seasons. I think there were 4 or 5. Okay. Yeah, so I've got to do some things up here now. All right. Oh, let me go get a deep slate slab or 2. And I've got the frog light, so that's easy enough. We'll just get a couple of slabs. All right. Okay. Yeah, so lichen is probably going to be the solution up here. The other side, I've got stained glass windows. I suppose I could try to rig up some stained glass windows here too. It's just the way I have things going on the inside of this building, that's not going to be nearly as helpful. Okay. So, right. Frog lights. Slabby. I don't think those go there. Okay. Yeah, wahoo! Right, and then these go upside down, right? Or no, they are... Okay, I put slabs on top of that. Probably for spawn-proofing reasons. Well, that's cool. Okay, well then. Let's make a few more slabs, huh? Okay. All right, and then that comes out, and then we stare across like so. Okay. All right, so that's great. Yeah, let me go get... Yeah, let's go get the sandstone to fill in that hole. All right, then I need to figure out... Actually, I don't have to figure out. I just have to replicate the windows on the other side. Smooth sandstone. That works. Okay. Cool. That goes back in the bundle. Yeah. Bundles are nice. Once you learn how to use them, they're really cool. All right. Cool. Now, hey, what do you know? That side of the building is solid. So, yeah, what to do there? Now, on the far side over here, which I need to go deal with some other stuff. Right, so I've got the stained glass windows that are actually within that wooden frame. Now, they've got some depth to them, but that's where they live. So that's good. So I could do something, but maybe not with the stained glass. Okay. I don't need those rockets. It's actually fairly common for people to set off rockets in church, right? Totally normal and stuff. Okay, so I'm going to need some mangrove stairs. That's slabs. I do not have mangrove stairs. Nope. Okay. Well, that's fine. Okay, so I need some mangrove stairs. Great. Will that be enough? Who knows? All right. next thing I need to do is let's go ahead and get all of the stuff I need for the, hopefully for the shelves. So I need to strip some mangrove logs. And we'll see how this kind of goes. Shouldn't be too bad. All right. Oh, I want a log stripper. Okay. As much as I'm okay with this being a vanilla plus world, I do kind of sort of want it to be a little bit maybe on the vanilla side rather than the plus side for some of that. So there are a couple of things. The fast leaf decay is one, which, you know, that one I could sort of take or leave. But the, no, it goes the other way. Let's go that way. Yeah. And then there's the trap doors though. That one's sort of, that one's maybe a little bit less less vanilla. Though, like I said, I've said it before, I could go into the config, set it so I get not 12, but 6. Which honestly seems like a more reasonable number, right? Because the crafting recipe is the same number of resources that you would get for doors, right? It's 6 planks. Well, if you get 3 doors, why don't you get 6 trapdoors, right? So that's sort of where I go with it. Okay. All right, so now I need a bunch of those. That's probably too many. Cool. But that's fine. We'll get them in place. All right. Okay. There we go. So there's our benches. Okay. And that's great. And we've got our death traps up there. Said I don't know what I'm going to do. It's not going to be glass. Okay. It's going to be something else, but not glass. All right. So the next thing I need to do is come in with the oak. So I'm going to need some oak shelves. I'm going to need some oak planks. Okay. And this will be fine. Right. So that I actually have lots of in one of these boxes, right? We've got oak. Yep. I've got some oak shelves. I hope that's enough. I don't need a lot, but I definitely need a few. That's the words I'm looking for. All right, because you come out here and we've got slabs and stairs and stuff. I also am going to need some levers. Levers, okay. Because I need to power up the shelves to make them do what I want them to do. But 7 shelves is not going to be enough. I've got 3 windows. Yeah, I'm going to need 9 shelves. So, you know, that's a thing. Okay. Alrighty, shelves. Okay, that should be enough. All right. So. Oh, and that's a... Okay, and that's a spruce block behind it. Okay. Cool. So, I've got Not in that box. Let's see if I've got some more spruce planks sitting around here somewhere. Okay, not really. That's fine. Okay, that'll work. Actually, I can do these from this side. Okay, maybe? No, it'd be better to do them from the other side. Also, I need some mangrove doors, which I should have in abundance, because I made a zillion of them accidentally. Where did I see them all? Oh no, I've got them. They're not where they're supposed to be, but I've got them. All right, hang on. We must click. So much clicking must happen here. Or I don't have them? Oh. I could have sworn I had a shulker box that had a bunch of mangrove doors. Because I was silly. Oh, I've got them in my inventory. Yeah, no, totally. I knew I had some mangrove doors. Yep. We're okay here, folks. We're fine. Absolutely fine. All right, so what Y level were these at? This is at Y94. Okay, so 94 is down here. Did I set that at the same? Wow. Okay. That's not great. Maybe what I'll do here, because I don't have to worry about a wall on the other side. So not this one. I don't think this one either, right? Yeah. So coming in right here, I'm actually just going to put these up higher. I know it's a little bit weird, but maybe it's weird. I don't know. Is it weird? Yeah, no, it should be fine. It's sitting a block above the walkway there, so. All right. So our spruce is going to go here. Okay. I need to get some more. Wow, I need to just get all sorts of stuff here, don't I? Okay. Stuff like, inventory space and stuff like that. Not quite that many stairs, thanks. Okay, and now I need some slabs. Okay, cool. Okay. Gonna put that away. All right, so we stair up like this. Okay, and then the slabs go in right like that. All right, then I'll worry about the rest of this in a minute, but let's just get each of these sort of sighted in here. Okay. All right, and the spruce goes there with the slab. Oh, and then we come in on this side. All right. Okay. So that's going to go like so. Now, up top here, is it just the center one? Or is it the... No, it's the sides. Okay. So the sides here are going to need levers. I'll put those in from the other side. Okay. So here now we've got some doors. Oops. Well, those are going to have to happen from the other side too, I guess. I'll have to go in and get those in place. Okay. So get those. Yep, so we'll just get our shelves in. So we'll get some detail. I think what I'm going to do is rather than glass here, because this just looks at the inside of my potion brewer. I think what I'm going to do is probably put in like honey blocks or something. Okay. Yeah. See how these are up a block higher than I might want them otherwise. If there are actually usable rooms here. But this is fine. Okay. Right, and that gives me that look, which is awesome. Now, what I need to do is we're going to get that. I think that's how I did it. Let's just double check. Yeah, the handles are on the outside. Okay. All right, so now, same thing. We throw some levers, and then we put in our happy little doors. Okay. Great. Okay. Pop those in place. And again, our doors go like so. All right. And then the last thing I'm going to do here is let's go get some honey. Okay. We'll get some honey and let's just put those in. I think this is going to be great for our door action. Sandstone. Close enough. Where did I leave the honey? That's a honeycomb. It's like honey, but not nearly as sticky. Okay. I know, again, I had honey. Don't know where I put it. It's not in any of... These boxes are all stone-like substances, right? Mostly. Okay. Oh... I know I've got honey. I don't know where I put it, but I know I've got it. There it is. Okay. Said I know I had it because I think I had it, well, I had it the other day. So, you know. Okay. So I'm just going to do like this. So the inside here is going to look a little funky, which is fine. I don't care. Because this is an area you're not going to see. Okay, you'll see a little bit. But if I'm smart, what I'll do is I'll put a door here. Yeah, maybe right there. Okay. And then I'll, wall this off. When I could, I don't want to put a door here because this is going to trigger the door, right? It'll send a pulse over here and that would be bad. But I could block this off so you're not seeing what looks like a really goofy villager face. Okay. But when you come around the outside of this thing, yep, right. Come on down. So, yeah, there's going to be... We've got a little bit of a blank face here, because that's where the chapel is. And then over here, see, we get sort of the warm glow, like we're going to pretend that there are windows. Okay. And just... accept that they're awesome and stuff. Okay. That's just fine. Yeah, they're up a little bit higher on the wall. But I think this is going to be better. Okay. Just then. Because that kind of matches the groove over here. And yes, even though it is a block higher on the other side. You're not seeing both sides at the same time. Mostly. Yeah, even if you're flying in, not really seeing them from the... So, it'll be fine. We shall accept the asymmetry. Okay. Okay, so do we have other things that are going to be doing stuff? Probably, maybe not. I don't know. Okay. Oh, I do need to get in because I don't want it green like that. I need to come in here and actually scrape some of this stuff. Let me go get that honeycomb. I've been waiting ever so impatiently for that to change. All right. Anyone remember? There it is. Say, anyone remember which box I had the honeycomb in? Okay, so let's not do that. All right, so let's see. I think I'm going to take this back to there. Yep. Same here. Now the question is, do I want these to be... I let those oxidize partly because I couldn't remember which one was which. I think I don't want this to be even. So I'm going to go ahead and wax that one. And I'm going to take this one all the way back. Yeah, so that's going to be a little bit better. Okay, and then the same thing on this side. I want that one to be there. Yeah, these ones that are all yeah, let's make that one fine. Okay, and then this one, I think, yeah, that one should be fully oxidized or fully orange and stuff as well. Okay. Yeah, see, I think that's going to be a little bit better, right? You get a little bit of the, hey, it's sort of rusted a little bit or something. I don't know. Whatever it is, I like it, so we'll go with it. I could, and it would actually make a little bit of sense, maybe, put the iron trapdoors right next to the lights, so it looks like the lights are shining and turning it white, and then it comes out and it's different colors as it's going out, but whatevs. All the evs that you could ever what. All right, now, do I have glow lichen? Probably not here. If I'm going to be honest with y'all, I probably don't have any here. I mean, maybe I had some from when I was dealing with that lichen up there, but all right, it's easy enough to go get some. I know I've got some back at the back in the city, so let's just take a quick hop, skip, and a jump through the portal and head to the city, and we'll get some lichen. I'm glad I haven't abandoned the ancient city. Okay. It's not where my main base is, but I have a bunch of infrastructure there that it makes sense to actually use, right? Grab a carrot. You know, now I've gutted some of it. I had some villagers there. They now live at spawn, right? They're living over in the winter village. Because I don't need them here. Right? I've got villagers back at the in the Badlands. It makes a lot more sense. It makes a lot more sense to go trade with them because I've cured them and I've done all of that than it made sense to do with anything here. So yeah, just yeah, all that goodness. Just got a couple. Right, this guy is still hanging out. I've got some farmers on the other side. Oh, right. Okay, so I need shears for this, don't I? Okay. Yeah, forget it. Okay. That. We'll just craft up some shears. All right. And then you just aim here. All right. Is that enough? We'll grab a little bit more, I suppose. Okay. Good enough. All right. So we've got plenty there. Oh, we're running out of bone meal. Let me restock the bone meal on that farm so I don't forget. Because I will. I know me. Okay. All right. 2, 3, 4. Yeah, see this thing is huge, right? It's got 4 moss generators to it. And I think I get more moss out of the one that I have than this whole system. I think. I haven't actually clocked this. So I'm not 100% sure, but it's close. I don't get as much of the other stuff, though, which, you know, maybe it matters, maybe it doesn't. But... oh, there's one more I need to fill. That one up there. That's all right. We've got bone meal. Right here. Here. Close enough. All right. That's not the greatest custom tree of all time, I have to admit. Okay. Cool. All right, so we've got some glow lichen here. That's good. Also, iron seems to be picking up. Of course, there was probably a little bit of bone meal right there too. That's just composted poppies. Yeah, nothing overly speedy or anything there. Who was it? B00 maybe, who was talking about how bone meal is the fuel of Minecraft. So many things you get faster if you have bone meal. So, you know, a nice bone meal generator or 2 can be really helpful at times. All right. So yeah, there are probably some places where it's like, oh yeah, I can throw down some bone meal here and do good things. I probably should have went through the other portal, but I was thinking, oh, I need to be at the church. And yes, I do, but I have to be on the outside of the church. The inside is not where I need to be today. Okay. All right. Well, the plus side, getting there. All right, so let's go ahead, scaffold up. Yep, I'm just gonna throw a little glow lichen up here just to light some things up, keep it mob proof. Okay. Right, because you can see, oh, now we have light levels, so. What I think we'll do it like that. All right, same thing over here. Okay, get around, get around, get around. Yep. And I just need to get this little section up here. Okay. Now I may end up taking that glow lichen out at some point, but for now, Nope. Go. All right. Yep. So now we've got enough light anyway that I don't have to worry about. I don't have to worry about mobs spawning up there and having drop creepers and all that type of thing, which is it's an important consideration. You know what I mean? Okay. All right. Yeah, it would be potentially handy to have this lit up a little bit, but that's a problem for future me. I can figure that out at some point. Okay. All right, so that's handy. One of these things is not. That's good enough. All right, let's grab some of this sandstone here real quick. What I want to do is let's. Okay, bring that across like so. All right. Probably should have some form of ceiling. I guess. Well, I've got some tile slabs here. Let's just use those. That'll work. Okay. Cool. Yeah, it'll work. I'm not totally sold with this, but it works. So yeah, so if I do need to come in here, because I do need to come in here and set filters on things and maybe redo that clock. It works fine. It's just, I think I've got a better solution for that clock. But it works, so I don't need to worry about it too much. Okay, so sweet. So yeah, so that's awesome. Is there anything else I want to do out there? Let me sleep first, and then we'll take a look. Yeah, we'll take a look and see if there's anything out here that I want to do with this outside area. And because I can, we'll just walk up on the roof. Yeah, see, we've got ourselves a little bit of, rockiness. Might have a little bit too much coming down here, but I think it works. With as steep as the snow ended up being when I terraformed this hill, I think that ended up working out okay. So probably a little bit too much.
We'll ask you to assume crash positions.
Naka with the raid over on Twitch. Welcome, welcome, Nakagoma. Hope you're having a fabulous day. Thank you so much for the raid. What were you up to today? Hopefully having some awesome fun adventures. Today I was terraforming. Added some rocks to this hillside and then finished a little detail here on the church. All right. All right. Hey, kitten. Welcome in. Welcome in. It's great to see all of you again, by the way. All right. Yeah, so this is doing okay. I need to figure out a little something to go in these sections. And they can't be glass, so we'll have to figure out something like that. Playing Mario 64 co-op. Ooh, fun. All sorts of fun. I was going to say, Mario 64 doesn't have native co-op. You got to be doing something fun. Okay. Yeah, so I'm not totally thrilled with these rocks, but it makes the steepness of the snow make a little bit more sense. So So again, welcome in. For those of you who don't know me, welcome to Music Free Gaming. I'm a family-friendly channel, mostly playing Minecraft. And right now, I'm working on a winter village. Oh, thank you, Naka. Yeah, I'm working on a winter village. This church is a brewing building, actually. Let me come inside. I'll show you what's going on. Oh, this is also my shulker farm is also a snow globe. Because why wouldn't it be a snow globe? Really, right? But yeah, come in here. Got this lovely little chapel going on in here. And then I've got the machine built. I don't have all of the ingredients in, but this brewing machine, you can brew either one batch of potions or just let it go until it runs out of storage space here. But yeah, it needs ingredients though. So that's going to be something I work on over the next few weeks. But yeah, I built this snow globe. Right, I built the shulker farm because we needed a shulker farm. And I built the globe just to have some protection. So if you happen to be going by while somebody was at the farm, you don't accidentally get hit by shulker bullets or have something screw things up. And then I said, you know what? It needs stuff on the inside. So, yep. Now it's a snow globe. And here, let me free cam inside so it's a little bit easier to see. But yeah, we've got just a bunch of little houses and of course a goat because, you know, why not? Right, this is also community storage under here. All right, so just a bunch of little bitty houses, nothing crazy. But this is one of my favorite things. Let me come around this side so it's a little bit easier. This was just so much fun to do. I set up snowmen having a snowball fight. Complete with little derp faces. And, you know, why not? It's just silly. I have zombies sitting under here behind some powdered snow so that they can see them. And so, yeah, they keep... Of course, snowmen have horrible aim, it turns out. So... So they hit each other, they hit other things. Sometimes they even hit the snowman. But I have fun with it. I just thought that was silly, and I needed to have a snowball fight going on. So, oh, did I not? Yeah, they aim like stormtroopers, exactly. Darn, I don't have stuff on me. I was waiting for some copper to age, and now that it has, I need honeycomb to deal with it. But yeah, this is our spawn. Spawn is actually right here at this cute little hut. And so yeah, just building up this... Oh, hi guys. Why don't you just sit there and chill, okay? Yeah. You are not getting with the chill program. Your friends are all chilling. Seriously, they're all chilling. You, not so much. This is the one guy at the party, right? Everyone else is having a good time, enjoying the pizza rolls or whatever. And this is the dude over there. It's like, could we have healthy snacks? Yeah, that's what this guy is, right? It's like, I don't like the music. I don't like zero chill. You're dancing too close. Everyone else, oh yeah, they're down with the junk food and the snacks and no. And then you get the one dude with no chill. This is you. Yeah, you are the non-chill guy at the party. I'm sorry. I'm going to have to ask you to leave. Yeah, yeah. Okay, we're good. Our party is now set. Anyway. But yeah, so I thought I would set this area up as a nice place for just some basics and stuff, right? Where you need, obviously you need a giant snowman, of course you do. But yeah, there's the potion, there's the shulker farm. These are testing. These are just temporary. And I've got a shulker monster, just crazy. But I've got a handful of villagers down here for basic trades, right? So if you need fortune or feather falling, right? Silk touch. Get your diamond tools. In here, again, coming into the snow globe, this is community storage and the output of the shulker farm, plus the entrance to the shulker farm, which I need to finish setting up filters for this. And probably add some more copper golems to do the sorting. And then a portal up to the roof. So that's kind of what this is. You can buy some golden carrots here, or if you want to come up to the cafe on the second floor, yeah, you can get pork chops and chicken and rabbit stew, you know. Nice little place to hang out. We're all set for open mic night, you know, when those things happen. And then upstairs, we just have a couple of areas for enchanting and brewing if you need to do the thing. Or if you just want to come in and look at the snow globe through our nice frosty windows. So yeah, so that's what this cute little area is. Nothing overly crazy, you know. But it's a nice place to hang out. So if something happens, right, you die at spawn, something like that. You know, we've got good places to be. It's easy for those people on the server. We're a server of introverts, okay? You know, we're not hanging out together very often and things like that. But it's nice to be able to have a handful of things here that's easy to get to. And I wanted a nice little winter village here. Okay, so the next thing I need to do, so I need to do some detailing on the end of the church, which might have to wait until Thursday. And then the other thing I need to do is actually get some snowmen. And we have an unfortunate biome shift over here. Is our snow biome ends over here. We've got plains happening here. So what I need to do, I think, is come out here with some snowmen and just paint this area. Just so it turns all white with snow, right? We've got all of this fun stuff up here, right? We've got cold, snowy biome. We've got ice spikes, and now here's all bright and green and cheerful. And we can't have green and cheerful in our winter village, so yeah. So I need to get some snowmen on some leads and do some fun stuff there. But yeah. Oh, this was one I think. Hang on, I do need to get some. Again, I've got some honeycomb here. This is something I was testing here in the chapel of whether I liked the sides here brighter or dimmer. And as I'm looking at it, I was wanting this center section to be a little bit brighter, but it's not. Unfortunately, the way the leaves block the light of the frog lights under here, this just isn't nearly as bright as I would like. So I think what I'm going to do is let's go ahead and light these up. And I think that'll work. We'll just go with that. Yeah, I think that's better. But yeah, oh, this is the other fun thing. I had some fun with potion brewer designs in the decorations and stuff. You know, interiors are not my strong suit, but I like the way this chapel turned out. Okay, now there is some stuff I want to do in this room, but I have a small shulker monster in the way, so because I want to come in and get some planters and some decorative stuff between these windows. But my shulker monster is in the way, so that's a problem for future me. I should also need to figure out something happening here, because this is looking a little bit, funky, okay? So I need to do something here. Again, I don't know what, because I was decorating this mostly from the other side, and now that I've got all of this up, it's like, this is not working for me. I don't know what I want it to be, but not this. Okay, now I could, oops, hi. If I place you there, I mean, I could potentially throw up some paintings or something up here. I mean, there are some nice ones I might be able to get away with here. I wonder. Oh, I don't think I want to put frog lights up there. I like having the light down here. I don't want it to be brighter up on the wall. So let's take a look. I think I've got some signs hanging around here somewhere. Yeah. All right. So let's go ahead and place some signs in. Okay. And I wonder, I have sticks. I think I have wool around here somewhere. Yep. Let's craft up a couple of paintings. And let's see if there's a good painting here. I want, what do I want? 2x3 painting, I think. All right, so 2x3. Those are all one. That one's a 3x4, which is really big. This is a data pack from Vanilla Tweaks that allows you just to select the painting and then a resource pack. So this is really handy. I like it. Highly recommend it if you've got a server where you're trying to do fun stuff like that. Okay. Do I not have a 2x3 painting? Well, that's just unfortunate. There's 3x3s and 2x2s. I want a 2x3. Well, okay. I suppose I can get a 2x2 painting and then maybe do something cool. Well, all right, so let's find a 2x2 painting. Okay. And if I put that here. Okay, I think we can pull something off here. Because we could grab one of these 2x1 paintings, whether it's the creeper or Bonjour, Monsieur Courbet, with my really bad French. You know, I did in fact study French once upon a time, but like we could take the pool, for example, and put that right there. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, see, this'll work. I like this. Okay. Do I still have wool? I still have sticks. We still have paintings. Huzzah. All right. So the skull on fire is probably not going to be what I'm looking for here. So 2x2 paintings. The Baroque is the one I just put up. The bust might be good. Dennis is the wrong size. Cute, but the wrong size. I mean, we could do humble, maybe? No, let's do this one. We'll do the match. Okay, that goes... Whoa! That's the wrong painting. That one. Okay. Yeah, that's... Actually, it almost looks like the arm is coming through the wall, which is kind of funny, but okay. Right. So now let's see our 2x1. Creep maybe was that the one we did on the other side? I think so. Let's just do the seaside. Maybe that'll work up here. There we go. Okay. That works. That works. Things are looking a little bit better there. And then if I get some oak trapdoors, which those are spruce. Hello, spruce. I would like some of your trapdoors in my really bad, I don't have no idea what this accent is, but we're doing it. Okay. Again, with the spruce. Okay, oak trapdoors it is. Okay. Trapdoors. Alright, so we'll just pop those in. I'm not totally sold. Actually, I kind of like the orange there, but let's actually just put in some frog lights. I'm doing frog lights in lots of other places. So maybe that's what needs to happen here. It's a little bit brighter than I'd like. Honestly, I'd like to put the frog lights behind the honey, but that just looks really, really cheesy on this side. So we can go with that. Okay. All right, so that's looking a little bit better. If all else fails, just wallpaper over your problems, and that is the solution we have today. Okay. Wallpapering over your problems works not only with weird spots on the wall, but also sometimes with people. Sometimes you just wallpaper over people and you don't have to worry about them anymore. Here it's just funky wall things, but maybe your wallpaper people are, well, the screaming stops eventually, okay? So don't worry about that. It'll be fine. Okay, so all right, so said I've got some decorative stuff to do in here too, but otherwise I think I might be done with this level. Now I've got some areas to do down here. I don't think I'm going to get to this today. I know I'm not going to get to it today because I need to be stopping here soon, but somewhere down here I'm going to be putting in a that netherwort farm, right? Now over here we've got ourselves a rabbit farm, right? If you need carrots, you can come in here and you know, feed your rabbits, and then you know, take care of these little hoppers, right? You know, they're not long for this world. That's fine. I have them because sometimes I need rabbit feet. Okay, I never need rabbit feet, but just in case I want to create a jump boost potion, I need to have it for the machine here. So, right. So I can come in here and say, I want rabbit feet, and we can get rabbit feet. Okay. All right. Well, I think we're actually at a point now where I probably should be calling it a night. So oh, you know what? Yeah, let's get a little snow. There are a couple of places where there's some stone showing, and I think I just want to fill it in with some snow blocks. All right. Okay, so there were some places right over... Where was I? Where did I see it? Oh yeah, right over here. Okay. Yeah, we'll just pop in some snow there. That might have been okay staying stone rather than becoming snow, but yeah, there are just a few places like this where, as I was digging out all of the snow to Make room for the church. Oh, this isn't right. Okay. Hey, one more thing to do real quick then. Some polished deep slate is what I'm looking for. Okay. Put the snow away. Polished deep slate stairs. I believe I have some of those. Okay. I just need to finish the stripe that's going up the side of the roof over here. That was a design decision that came later. So when I built this out the first time, yeah, I just didn't get it in place. Okay. Alrighty. Oh, hey, where are those stairs? There they are. Yeah, polished deep slate. That's what I'm looking for. All right, so this pops in through here. Of course, I've got the steeple there, which I like how that turned out. You know, every once in a while I build something and it's just like, yeah, that was cool. I'm shocked and amazed. I actually built something that was cool. Okay, I watch streamers all the time that just, YouTubers and stuff that just seem to put things together and it's just, they always look awesome. People like Pearlescent Moon or Good Times with Scar, right? People like that who are just too talented for their own good. This, I just managed to get everything proportioned right, and I love it. It actually is cool too at night because it glows a little bit from the inside, and it's nice. Okay, I didn't... Right, the top slabs don't change. Okay, so we're good with all of this stuff. Oh, wonderful. Okay, so... yeah, we've got ourselves a nice little thing. Yeah, I went to church when I was a kid with a building, or in a building that had this sort of look, where it had the angle roof that came down and then gave you a covered walkway and something like that. So I figured, hey, if I'm building a winter village, having an A-frame building, which you would typically see in a place that gets a lot of snow, makes sense. And yeah, just pulled this building. Now, admittedly, the scale's a little big, but it needed to be to hold the brewer. So, I mean, I could have put the brewer underground, but that wasn't the plan when I built it in the first place. So, but it's good. I think it works. And then as we add a handful of, you know, little houses and things around here, just as I get the inspiration, or one of the other people on the server gets an inspiration to come and do that, it'll be cool. And let's see, I'm trying to think if there's anything else. One of the things I might do, I've got a bunch of powdered snow from stuff that we dug out around here. In fact, like this whole area, I think, was powdered snow that somebody else pulled out. But it might be fun to replace some of the snow around here with powdered snow, so that if and when mobs do spawn up here and they try to make their way down to the village, they find themselves full of chill. Right? And we already discussed with those pillagers how important chill is. Right? Right. Hi. Tell you what. Why don't you come this way? That's right. Will you? No. I was kind of sort of hoping I could maybe possibly get one of these goats to try to ram me, but I guess not that I really need a horn, but yeah, all right, whatever. We'll leave them. I still think goats should drop mutton when you kill them. You should be able to farm goats for food. I know. It's weird, but true. Okay, let's go ahead and put that in place there too. Okay. All right. Nice. Okay, well, I think we're done for today. All right, I like it. I like it. Lots of little things and some little design stuff that needed to happen, but I like it. We are in a good place. I do want to give a special shout out because awesome. All of you people are awesome and amazing. All of you who came over with Naka or have been watching the stream. But I want to give a special shout out to my supporters at musicfreegaming.com. If you want to help support the stream, that is an excellent place to do it. You get some behind the scenes perks, some discounts on merch, all sorts of good stuff. Heck, if you just want merch, you can go to musicfreegaming.com too. It's awesome and amazing, all that good stuff. My next stream will be Thursday. You can see my schedule over there. Should be starting at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, so check that action out. And until next time, be excellent to each other. And this is Music Free Gaming signing off.